What's up, fellow dippers? This is NC State Wolfpack 33 signing in. First off, I'd just like to say that I'm completely aware of the fact that I look like shit. I just woke up like 15-20 minutes ago, and I have a lot of stuff to do this morning and afternoon before I head off to Jacksonville. So I told my buddy I was going to do a dip review on Skoal Peach, so I'm doing that now before I do everything else. Here's the can. This is the first time I ever bought Skoal Peach. Um, I've done Timberwolf Peach before and I liked it, so I thought I'd give Skoal Peach a try. Yeah, to kind of compare and contrast them. This can, which sucks on it if you can see it, but it's guaranteed fresh until the 12th, which is 2 days from now. I bought the can yesterday, so I have like 3 days to dip it until it's like no longer fresh. What you can do is if you ever run into an instance like this, you just take your dip can and stick it in the freezer like overnight, and if I don't know, it becomes moist. Another thing you can do is just add a tiny bit of tap water, not too much, because you'll just completely ruin it. But if you take like a small amount of tap water or bottled water, and then pack it's pretty moist. But anyways, nonetheless, I'll pack the can, put a lip in, and give you a review on it. Before I give the review, though, I'd like to give a few shout outs to a few of my subscribers who recently subscribed me. Bama Dipper 5178, Super Express It, and Dip Kings 3327. They're all good guys. They're all dippers, obviously. They have some pretty good videos, so check them out and subscribe to them. I don't know if I want to put a fucking huge pinch in. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Decent by my standards, at least. I know some of you fucks think that this pinch is like tiny as shit, but whatever. When I first put the dip in yesterday, I automatically just the flavor is the smell of the flavor is more powerful, I'll call it, than Timberwolf Peach, and the taste, despite it being a little bit dry, so the taste isn't gonna be there as much, but the taste was, I guess, a little bit stronger than Timberwolf. But I think I would rather have Timberwolf Peach over Skoal Peach just because of the price. I mean, I bought that can for $5.95. I think Timberwolf's pretty bad too. It runs like in the high $3 range, like $3.90. Doesn't go past $4, so it's definitely a couple bucks cheaper. But so I think just because of that, I'd take the Timberwolf. Any other Skoal product though I'd have. The only flavor from Timberwolf I've had is peach, so I doubt I'll have another flavor from that just because, I don't know, I like peach. But anyways, so the flavor, it's like a peach flavor, duh, but it's not, I don't know, it's not too exciting, nothing to get, worked up about. So I'd give it an average flavor of like 2.5, 3 out of 5. Packing's good as always from a Skoal product. You won't find too much difficulty taking it out and then sticking it in your lip. Now the problem I had was just because the dip was so damn dry that it just falls out easier than moist dip. Moist dip tends to stick together easier, so if it was moist, I'd give the packing like a 4 out of 5. But just because if it's a dry dip, then I'll give the packing like 3.5 out of 5. It stays in your mouth perfectly. Buzz, the 1.5 out of 5. I guess the Buzz would be a little bit better than Timberwolf just because it dips stronger, in my opinion. But it's still not that very good of a Buzz. So. Sorry I sound like crap once again. I woke up like 20 minutes ago, so still trying to wake up. Plus it's like so shitty outside. Like, I don't know, kind of depressing really. It's just so dark and gloomy. What do I have to talk to you about? I guess, I don't know, there's really not much to talk about. I'm starting to, fantasy baseball's in season, and if you guys don't know what fantasy baseball is there's like a draft where there's 12 teams to a league, and each team picks a certain amount of players, and you like go in a draft order, like an actual like sport draft, and you basically have to just fill your lineup of like catchers, pitchers, like first baseman, outfielders, shortstops, like all the positions you have to take, and then you basically compete against one another based on like the player's actual stats from the season is how like well you do. So if you have a bunch of guys who do really well, then obviously you'll do really well as like a manager. It's pretty fun. I started doing fantasy football. I do fantasy baseball, basketball, and football every year. I like fantasy football the best, and then baseball, and then basketball. I don't know. I don't know why I do basketball, but I don't know, just something to do. Anyways, first did fantasy football probably like 6 or 7 years ago, when I was like around 11 or 12, and then I did baseball a couple years after that. So I've been doing baseball for about 4 years, and it's really fun. I tend to do pretty well, just because I know a lot about the game. I know a lot about sports in general. So that should be pretty fun. I got a draft coming up in a couple, February 26th, which is 2 Saturdays from this one. So I still got a couple weeks and a couple of days left to prepare. So there's a review, kind of boring, but I felt obligated to do a review by my friend's request. Actually, I told him I'd do a review of it, but he was like, "Alright, sounds good." So there's my review. Overall, it's an average dip. I wouldn't go to it. I actually like fruit flavors. I know a lot of people don't, but as a fruit dip, I wouldn't go to this one. I would, however, go to Timberwolf Peach because the flavor is good and it's a mellow dip and it costs like $2 less. So I would definitely go Timberwolf Peach over Skoal Peach. Buzz, it's like, I don't know, there's a little bit more of a buzz in Timberwolf Peach just because it's a stronger dip, but still the buzz is pretty crappy. Packing is excellent as always from the Skoal product. So there's your review, and I'm doing fantasy baseball. Awesome. Alright, subscribe, comment, rate, do whatever you'd like. Maybe I'll give you a shout out if you're lucky. But I don't know. Have a good day. I'm tired as fuck. Peace out.